You're adjusting my camera because Facebook has changed the way they do their lives, and sometimes they show a little bitty teeny tiny preview, which is impossible for me with my visual challenges to see. But I figure it out and I just adjust as I go. So today we are, of course, working on mental health and well-being. We'll finish up this month, meaning tomorrow, on that. We're on step 6 of our IDEANCE process. I didn't grab it yet. And step 6 is C for celebrate. We want to celebrate not just achieving our final destination, but achieving some milestones or steps along the way. So if you haven't yet, I would challenge you today to come up with some different checkpoints along the way between where you are right now and the goal you want to achieve by the end of the year. Maybe you just check in once a month, or maybe you just check in once a week with the specific goal that you're working on that you want to get by the end of the year. Mine is positive outlook, much less negative self-talk, a much more positive view of myself with respect to this challenge, and with respect to my business and my companies with respect to the Supersize Your Business part of this, and where I share this as well. So what do you want to celebrate? Celebrate things like the journey, lessons learned, every lesson learned, which means you probably made a mistake or something didn't work as planned. What lesson did you learn from that? Write those down and capture those, because you'll start to see patterns in your behavior in your life where, oh, I learned this lesson, or this was the lesson in this experience, and I thought I learned it, but here it is in this different situation, popping up in a different form, but the same lesson that I didn't actually learn when I thought I learned it. Excuse me. I don't think I talked that much yesterday. Celebrate, like I mentioned, milestones, key points that keep you motivated and moving toward the goal, the thing that you want. Celebrate the process and progress. Sometimes we'll have to do something 10 times before it actually starts to work for us. I know, seems ridiculous and like a lot, but it's true. Look at all the success stories of famous people that made maybe hundreds or even thousands of attempts before they actually achieved the thing that they were trying to do. I always think Thomas Edison, because that's the example almost everybody uses, but people like Louise Hay, Colonel Sanders. I mean, there's so many examples of people that have achieved great things because they didn't give up. They were consistent. They were true to their goals and objectives and their purpose and what they were trying to achieve. And they just kept going until they achieved what it was that they wanted. And then, guess what? They picked something else and achieved even more. Celebrate. I always celebrate continuous improvement. Now, how do we celebrate? That is entirely up to you. Each and every one of us gets to decide and define what celebration means for us. For me, it might mean I go spend a couple of hours by a body of water and just think and process and plan and dream and visualize and meditate and do whatever it is that I want. Or it might be that I just go for a walk. A lot of times to celebrate, I just go for a walk. Or I'll have a cup of coffee from Caribou or something. It doesn't have to be big, giant celebrations. It's just a way of acknowledging via something that you like. Mine used to be bubble baths, but I don't have my giant bathtub anymore, so that one kind of fell off my list, and I've had to replace it with other things. But pick, and I used to always have a couple of lists on my refrigerator, and I don't now because I live with other people, but one was my ongoing top priority goals and objectives. So when I'd go to the refrigerator, I'd see that, and it was just a constant reminder of what it was that I was working on, working toward. The other was a list of things to make me feel better, to do, to experience, whatever. On it there was like, eat a caramel. If I was stressed out or freaked out about something, I would eat a caramel, or I'd have a bubble bath, or I have a whole list of those in my refrigerator. And it's an incredibly positive way. Both those lists, the goals, what I'm going for, my vision of what I want, and the, hey, here's what to do when things aren't perfect, right? And things are never perfect. Hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there is no such thing as perfect. It's what's right for you or not right for you. All right, so what are we doing today? Today we are figuring out how we are going to celebrate and what we're going to celebrate as we are on this journey of achieving our mental health goal and objective. Any help with this that you need, please ask. That's what I'm here for. Otherwise, go out, make an amazing day, and I will, of course, be with you tomorrow.